So let's explore the options with the beautiful timpani, and we will be looking at the merged matrix so that we can explore the whole range of all timpani. All other matrices in this preset deal with each timpani separately, with a smaller range. In our presets, we have used the exact recording position at Synchron stage, with the timpani in the center of the stage. As usual, we have used the modulation wheel to move vertically in the matrix and key switches to move horizontally. So, moving the modulation wheel, I am moving from open single hits to secco single hits and coperto covered single hits. To give you more control and a better access to so many velocities, we have decided that it's time for a new way to apply velocity crossfade, optimized for the Synchron percussion instruments. Velocity crossfade now does not crossfade between different velocity layers, which wouldn't make sense for single hits, but rather lets you select which of the 16 available velocity layers you will trigger with the next played note. You can always tell that there's a lot going on in the background, with different release samples being triggered depending on how long a sample is played, so you always get a matching release sound. This pays off with every articulation, from rolls to dynamic rolls to glissandos. As you can hear, the dynamic depth is quite impressive. And you can use the dynamic range scaler as a MIDI compressor, so to speak, making the lower velocities louder, like this. And now you can also hear that all samples come with a natural noise floor, just like in a real-life recording situation at Synchron stage. All samples of each instrument were recorded with fixed gain, so the dynamic relation of the velocity layers is 100% authentic. Let's check out the rolls in the next cell, again with 16 velocities. And here's the exception to the new velocity crossfade rule. All synchron percussion patches marked with XF will respond to velocity crossfade in a dynamic way while playing back. This way you can play dynamic rolls as you please. Or you can choose from the available dynamic rolls, light crescendos and diminuendos over 1, 2, 4 and 6 seconds, and strong crescendos and diminuendos over 2, 4, 6 and 8 seconds. As always, the A-B switch lets you choose between crescendo and diminuendo. Our new release samples are incredibly helpful with all instruments, as they help immensely with getting the timing right with the right sound. Depending on when you end your dynamic roll, you'll always get the right release sample. This takes us to another innovation, the performance roll glissandos. Now you can play glissandos in legato mode on the timpani and choose from different glissando lengths. 1, 2 and 4 seconds for the transition time from one note to the next one. Last but not least, you also get the recorded glissandos from a minor second to a fifth. These are available in a fast and a slow variation, and of course upwards and downwards, switchable with the A-B switch.